Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna, as we see, the world is in more and more need of Sri Ramakrishna. It has taken a Vikrita form. Though it is Kali Yuga, it is an extremely difficult situation we are passing through. Nobody can help it. A child born within a few months is not ready to part from mobile cell phone. His mind is totally caught by the things of the world. It's a game-like thing for it, which keeps him engaged one after the other things. And as he grows, we see it is strongly influencing the mind to be more and more not only materialistic, but a demonical tendency to be stubborn, not to yield to anything that is good and great, not to value the human values, nor possess an ideal in life, to move smoothly. The whole attention is on the possession of enjoyment and without sacrifice. Doesn't want to sacrifice, doesn't want to cultivate humility, doesn't want to bow down to a place which demands respect and reverence. So such situation, and neither parents nor social reformers nor anybody can change the situation. So we see God incarnates time and again when these demonical tendencies grow and evil spreads silently this is called Vikrita Sthiti, where adharma is another thing. Dharma, adharma can be understood. Righteousness and unrighteousness we can comprehend. Good and bad we can comprehend. But demonical tendencies and evil is independent of good and bad. Good and bad are parts of nature, of this universe. When one becomes two, one will be positive, one will be negative. But a thing from where redemption is impossible for a jiva, that grip on the world is very difficult to solve. But with all that, life ends. No repairs can be done, no changes can be brought out. A kind of fear-stricken, anxious souls move about on this earth at their old age. Old age is terrible, and we see almost all humans are moving towards that destructive state, and we do not know where we are heading to. Now we see Sri Ramakrishna giving us the new light on life. Forget the past, mold the future, change yourself for the better, and you will get real bliss, real peace, eternal bliss, eternal peace. Build up harmony. Let the things remain as they are. Don't disturb. Change your attitude and build up harmony. Harmony within your family, harmony within your society, in your working place, in the world, in humanity. Let the harmony spread. We live together with, once the inner harmony is found, you will see the values, human values reappearing. That establishes the social harmony. Once the social harmony starts, you will see we are evolving at a different rate, in a different way. We are building up a new world as if the ideals come into picture. We live with all things, with higher ideals in perfect harmony. Now you see, when the ideals flow in and bring back our natural state of living in company with nature, in nature, we see there is a global harmony. Global harmony is harmony, being in harmony with nature, with the whole universe, with the cosmic existence. The whole cosmic existence reflects in every heart. Every heart is filled with peace and bliss, knowing the reality which stands independent of our life and the society. And here we see the whole universe. We are blessing of the whole universe, and our life blesses the whole universe. So here we see great need of Sri Ramakrishna in our lives as we grow, as we expand, as we try to understand the principles and what our life actually needs. Every soul is seeking eternal peace, eternal bliss, and eternal freedom. These three are constant. Every being, living being, be it a bacteria or a virus or animals or birds or devatas, all are seeking these three things. I want peace, I want happiness, I want freedom. And you will not get anywhere except in your manifesting internal, inner divinity. This is the one thing that we need to care for and understand. We are divine, and the purpose, goal of human life is to manifest this inner divinity. So this is the whole essence of life and existence. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna. It is not enough to know it. One must assimilate its meaning. It is the thought of the worldly objects that prevent the mind from going into samadhi. Samadhi is transcendental existence into which we tune and land. It is a place where we are going to land. It is a dimension unrelated to our physical existence. We are passing through three levels of consciousness: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Jagra, Swapna, Shushupti. Beyond stands the unchanging eternal reality. That is Turiya Sthiti. The three levels of consciousness, the fourth, Chaturiya, is called Turiya, the third one. And beyond the three, that is fourth, Chaturiya. Cha is left out and Turiya term is used. So here we see the Samadhi Sthiti. What obstructs is going into Samadhi, the worldly objects. It is the thought of the worldly objects. Worldly objects is mainly the possessions I possess for enjoyment and the enjoyments that bind my heart day and night. This is worldliness. Worldly object. Objects of world doesn't mean worldly object. Worldly object is which is going to bind you through attachments and captures you into its fold that you cannot escape, as if you are put in a prison house or as if you have been caught in a net from where you have no escape. So this we call worldliness or worldly objects, that thought of the worldly objects. There are only two things, one is divine, is one worldliness. One becomes established in Samadhi when one is completely rid of worldliness. The worldliness goes away from your heart. And then you see new light coming up. In fact, the whole thing today, one of the devotees was asking, which direction are we to face, which direction we are to keep the face of the deity. In house or temples, the face of the deity, we expect it to be kept somewhere. Usually, we are supposed to face wherever we sit for spiritual practices or worship, we must be facing either east or north. The house must be facing east or north. That is the usual understanding, so that wind, that is natural helping forces, are conducive to our living. One is sunshine, must come inside the house, and heat should not come, light should come. Because we are in such a place where it is not extremely cold. This is hot regions where we are staying now. In cold regions, heat must come. So we keep the roof flat, so that whole roof is getting heated throughout the day, whereas from sunrise to sunset. When we are in warmer places where we need more of cooling, then we keep the center of the sunrise sunset direction, we keep the right angle to it raised. Suppose sun is rising this side to this side, then the center portion is raised vertically at 90 degrees to sunrise and sunset, so that daytime this portion will be heating up, then afternoon this side will get shade and the other side will get heated up. Half the temperature is increasing, but throughout you will have light at all times. So we manage this wind, the direction from which the wind is blowing in most of the times throughout the year. That will be the bedroom, fresh air coming. And where it is going out from the house, it is kitchen is kept. because hot air and hot things have to go out from the inner air blowing and taking it away. And in case of fire, fire gushes out instead of coming inside the house. So these are the nature's things that we plan, that is in a conducive way to our healthy way of living. Now, this, when the question comes, which way we have to face, is psychological understanding. Now, suppose I am sitting, we are accustomed to walk always forward. When we walk forward, the things move backward. I am running a vehicle, I am moving, and the things, objects we see are moving behind. Like that, when I sit facing east, I see the sun rising and going back. I am in the progressive way of as if we are sitting. In trains, suppose you sit in the opposite direction, it is a psychological backset. Now, I am facing this side and train is moving in opposite direction. Then I see the things which is coming in the, I am seeing from the back. Train is moving this way and things are moving in the opposite direction that I sit. All things are moving forward and I am in reverse way. This is, so when we sit facing west in the afternoons, evenings, when we sit along the sunshine in the morning, we see the sun is climbing and moving backward. All things, the whole thing. The earth is moving this way, so I am facing this way. Night also, all stars moving will be in the moonrise will be in the same direction. So it is a positive way of, mind is at calm because it is able to see, as it is like driving a vehicle and going forward always. So this we usually consider as conducive to our psychological setup. It is natural. All animals walk forward, never back steps backward. Reverse gear is not there in human systems or animals. So this we see, it is natural. But if we sit the other way, it is little, you must be able to balance yourself. Unnatural things we try to experience. So, but as we see, when we come to the spiritual practices, sadhana, we see a new thing in our awareness. Now, which side I have to face God and which face God has to face. Now, temple is constructed. Now, temple facing east. God will be facing east. In front of the temple, if it is east, the sunshine falls on the deity. But we are facing west. When we are entering, if the temple is facing east, we are entering our entrance and looking at the, God is facing east, but I am facing west. So when I sit for worship, it is reverse way. Now suppose I have a door to the west and I am entering from the west side into the temple. I am facing east and God is facing west. When I sit for worship, I am facing east. And then I may be able to serve. When the services are required, God must be in front of me or to my left. A mother feeds, keeping the child on its left, not in the right side. It cannot feed, it cannot serve. So God, when we sit for worship, the deity must be to my left or my friend. When it is to the left, I am facing east and God is facing west, or east, and this will be, when we see east, this will be our north. Northeast corner is always considered as auspicious for the temple. So when we see the God is facing south and I am facing east, God is to my left. If I am facing the north also, God is facing south, and now God can face either west or south for my convenience. This is all right as far as religious things are concerned, and we are working at psychological level. But when we come to the spiritual world, which way to face God takes entirely different mood. When you become old, bedridden, you are in the hospital sometime in the ICU. Now, old age, you will know which way to face now to God. All doors look alike, all things look alike. Which is facing what now? When death is staring at you, old age has come, your heart is facing God. Not the body, not the eyes, not the face, nothing. Your heart is facing, where are you? Where are you? I am to leave my body. The heart is facing. Only thing we need in spiritual life is heart turned to God. Whichever direction body has fallen, heart is turned towards God. So, when it comes to spiritual life, we don't care much for the physical, material direction of this world. It is fragmented version of the things. When you go to the, now east, west, everything is there because we are sitting on the earth and sun is by the side. When you enter into the, suppose 10 or 15,000 light years if you go away from sun, sun is one of the stars. Where is east, where is west? Which is moving, which is not moving. As long as you are on the earth, directions are there. When you enter into the infinite space, where is direction? All disappear. There is neither sunrise nor sunset. Nothing is moving. And you will see that you are lost. Now you see what is direction. Where to turn our face towards God is turn your heart to God. Heart stretches beyond direction. Where are you? It calls, it waits, it seeks. That is the right direction. So we have to face God always. And what we, not our face, not our bodily direction, not the direction of the house, not the direction of the earth, not the direction of the solar system, nor of moon, nothing. It is direction of the heart. Wherever you are, when you are suffering on a bed, your heart is always pointing towards the God, like the needle, turning towards, always standing towards the, facing the north direction, magnetic needle. Like that your heart is calling upon God. It is facing God. This is the whole thing we see. We have to practice. The moment we enter into the spiritual world, we have to practice. Wherever I am, I am facing God. My heart is facing God. God is facing me. Now you see, Sri Ramakrishna is telling the worldly things. Here we see the difference between turning to God and holding on to the worldly things. Now, you have to go beyond all limitations which is binding you. It is not allowing to move. The worldly objects, external things. One thing in the world you hold on, either your own ego or things, it will not allow you, it will not give you freedom to turn inward. It is holding, something is holding. You are holding things. And this one we see, now you have to face the God. Face within, turn within. Slowly you have to learn that art of turning to God. Leave the world to itself. Leave the body to itself. It's a part of the universe. Leave the mind to itself. Your heart turn to God. There we see we are entering into a new dimension, the spiritual world. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.